was a lucky fellow. I went, saw a lot, had good experience, good mates, and it made a man out of a boy. Taught you responsibility, how to respect a fellow man, and all that. What, you know, the values of living, in other words. When I was 17 and a half, I did my aptitude test and all that with the RWII. Actually, I wanted to join the Navy, but we had a canoe and be always tipping over and coming home late, so Mum wouldn't sign the sign for us, so to join, wouldn't sign the papers to join because so that's how I came to join the Air Force, which I'm glad I did, didn't I? So I did all my aptitude tests and that, and then on my 18th birthday in end of 42, January 43, that's where I joined I went into the Air Force and enlisted. I think it was the thing to be in that day. You just wanted to be in. I don't think you could say it was courage or anything like that. It's just that you've got to be in it. Joined up when he was about 18, 19, something, and he was in the Light Horse, and he was posted over to United Kingdom, then to France, just like, and he served with the Light Horse in France, and he never spoke much about it at all, very little really, and I'm only just grasping where he speak to my uncle, who was also, that's my mum's brother. He was also over in the Western Front, and they'd speak a couple of times amongst themselves, and I just sort of grasped a little bit of the size and that. But he was in the Light Horse, and my uncle, he had trench feet and suffered badly from them. But my dad, he was, they were doing a charge for the Light Horse, the charge to the German trench, into the German trenches, and they were shelled, he was hit by shrapnel. His horse was blown away from underneath him, and he was badly injured with shrapnel and evacuated to England.
And then from England home to Australia?
Yeah, after the war finished. Yeah. He suffered a lot. You'd hear him walk the floor all night with pain, you know. He never spoke very much, but I can always remember one incident when I must have been complaining a bit, having to do a job or something, but and he used to always visit the hospital that was next to the Princess Alexandra is now. It was called the Diamantina, and that's where the First World War diggers who were gassed and had serious injuries and that were wounds, and he used to go up and visit them every fortnight. And he said to me this day, I must have been just complaining a bit, and he said to me, son, if you think you're badly off, you come up with me one day, and I'm afraid I never had the courage. So what they saw there must have been horrific of these fellas, how they suffered the First World War. When you went to Germany, there was nothing left of it. It was pathetic. The people were starving, really starving, and a cigarette would have brought you the world. That's what it was. It was pathetic to see. I think the average German was just like the average person, like the English and like ourselves. I mean, they were told to go to war and they went to war. You know, the average fellow was average German I spoke to. They weren't bitter or anything like. They had bad memories the same as we had, and you see the way they was devastated and that, you know. So. I remember sitting on a thing. One day I must have been sitting in the chair or something there, and I just thought, you know, yeah, what are we going to do now? You know, I've got all the world to go ahead and bang. So that's what I did. Off the bottom and get off your bottom and go. Well, you had to start from scratch. The average wage, you know, you were 22 or so when you come home. So, and before you went in, you had nothing because it's all depression days and things like this, and then you were competing with the fellas that didn't go and stayed home. They were all in the soft jobs, and you had to start from scratch. So it was tough. I think it means the comradeship. You know, and you think of your mates that you lost and things like that, you know. So, that's what I think. You reminisce. There might be someone speaking on a podium there, but your mind is where you were, and the comrades and the fellas you had, the experiences you had, and things that you can't really talk about wholly, you know. They're stuck in your mind, and that's it, you know.